Schizophrenic H. Welcome to the stream. It is the 6th of May. It's a Monday. Today is episode 21 in a row of this season of streaming. Yesterday, I went down into my town and spoke with some Catholics about why they should stop doing what they're doing. I think we're going to watch it today. Some people have already watched it, as I have posted it on the internet. Redonk has already commented. We'll read Redonk's comment here in a minute. But not quite yet, because I'm not ready yet. So, hold on a minute, and while you're waiting, this is what you should listen to.
Make a space for my body. Dig a hole, push the sides apart. This is what I'm controlling. It's a mold, the inside that I carve. This will be my monument. This will be a beacon when I'm gone, gone, gone. When I'm gone, gone, gone. When I'm gone, so that when the moment comes, I can say I did it all with love, all with love, all with love. Make a cast of my body, pull back out so that I can see. Let go of how you knew me. Let go of what I used to be. I will let this monument represent a moment of my life, 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 of my life, 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 of my life.
This was Roix Up and Robin singing a song for us called Monument. Welcome, Pastafarians, to the stream. It's me, Schizophrenic Mitch. Look at this. Posted a new video. I've renamed it 1,000,000 times, which you're allowed to do, so don't make fun of me. One Brave, Jesus vs. Flying Spaghetti Monster. This series here, Jesus vs. Flying Spaghetti Monster, is my highest viewing fucking series. This cloud right here of smoke is sort of like the average that our videos get, including these streams. And then this sort of line is the line that this video has received, looking at it from the point of view of views. Let me show you something that happened that's weird the other day. It's very strange. Tell me if you know what the hell is going on over here. If we go to my analytics, show you some analytics here. Look at this. The fuck is that about? Look at that. Let's do our estimated revenue. Look at these weird. We got a weird 5 cents somehow. Don't know how that happened. Let's look at the money over the lifetime. Just so you guys know what the hell I'm dealing with here. Look at this. Look at all these pennies, right? This right here. This is fucking 67 cents. This really tall one. I can't even see it. I can't even zoom into it. These are all Christmases. $1.04 we made right there. Look at on this day. We made almost $2 on that day. And then look, blammo. Look at this. Splat. Just terrible, right? Just taking all my money, all my pennies that people are throwing into my wishing well. So this is when I hadn't gotten it all set up, and I thought I had. I thought I had got it working, and it wasn't. But then I did get it working, and so that's nice. And then each of these spikes is like a Christmas. And so look how long I've been doing this shit. And then they take all my money away. So, you know, when we get this money back, and then a tiny little 5 cents right here out of nowhere. 5 cents. Can't explain that. I have no idea what the hell's going on there. But, I mean, look, it was getting bigger. These spikes were getting bigger, sort of, except for that one. The Christmas spikes. But that was because we were having, I had other videos on there. I took those videos down after they stopped making money. Because they were like, they weren't what the show's about anymore. Show's about Pastafarian. Anyway. So there you go. My other estimated revenues is 227.93s with this big old black or barren dead space here. It's fucked up. That's fucked up, I think. You don't have to agree with me, because I know I'm right. I know I'm right all the time. Ask this fucking Catholic priest here. I was talking to him. Do you want to watch it? Mm-hmm. Let's watch it. It's going to take all day today and all day tomorrow because it's 53 minutes long. This shit that we're seeing here right here is made by our Patreon. Grateful again to the Horror Babylon for animating this. It's very fucking cool.
It's me. It's Schizophrenic.
Maybe I should have sort of changed that. See how bad that was? It's sort of... That was my fault. Oh shit, I gotta turn this off so it's not all echoey. Sorry about this. You know how to fix it though? What we do is we get headphones, and we both wear headphones. So that only costs... I was down in the Best Buy the other day, and the headphones only cost between $60 and $150. So times 2 is what, $120 to $300. So go ahead and send us $120 to $300, and I won't have to do this thing where I switch this button in and out. Anyway, here we are on the mall again. If you don't believe me, here's some evidence right here. The sign here says 16th Street Mall. And right here is Welton, which is the road that is right in front of me. It's
Look
right
at this, we
over here.
got Rockies.
Yeah, you can check out the Rockies dugout store and see where that is. And here they are. Here is their sign again that fell over. So they're back, and I was very mad that they were there to begin with, and they look like they are going to deliver on the promise of 5 weekends in a row of total bullshit in your fucking streets. And I can't get down there the next week, which I'll get into. Gosh. Pastafarians. Sheeple. I hope you don't mind me calling you that. I hope that you do identify as sheeple, self-identify, and if you don't, then I'm definitely not talking to you. I'm just talking to the sheeple. Because if you dehumanize yourself, you can do that, right? You can be like, gosh, I'm dumb like I'm stubborn like a mule. You can say that. But you can't be like, you're a mule to a person. So, if you're like, I have this religious addiction that I have to deal with. I'm a sort of sheeple. I like to go into buildings and have people who I pretend are like father figures tell me what morality is, and it makes me feel good. I am a sheeple. I have a problem with that, and so I want to give that over to someone who I can work with to make sure it doesn't fuck my life up. Someone I can trust, and someone who understands that this is a thing that people have. If you're a sheeple and you need help with that, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I'm here that helps.
You're the one.
I am the one and only. Not only, that of course was hyperbole. Ian Wood is here. Hi Ian Wood. I talked to the Catholics again. We're going to we're going to listen to it today. All day.
And comment.
And talk shit about it. And get really angry and yell. So welcome, and thank you again for coming back. What a joy it is to have people who are like, that asshole is streaming again? Yeah, I'll listen to that. That's hilarious. What a funny fucking reality it turns out to be. I appreciate that immensely.
I don't think you've done your warm-ups.
I haven't done my warm-ups. I'll do my warm-ups while we're listening. Next time I have it muted, I'll do some warm-ups. You're correct. When you guessed that I haven't done my warm-ups, you're correct. You've made a correct guess. So I was able to go down into town because my son was flying in, and downtown is on the way to the airport where he was. So I got to go by there, and I just went by there a little early to see if they were there, and they were definitely there. Ian Wood says, strange you're not listed in my subscriber list, but I'm still subscribed. Yeah, YouTube is trying to suppress the truth. YouTube is cracking down on these things, much like Facebook, where it's a bit more stealthy that YouTube is doing it. They're just sort of washing me out of the algorithm. Like, even if I play the game right, they still don't give me the views I deserve. So I do appreciate you sort of telling your friends to like and subscribe. Also, there's something with a bell. I mean, we don't really go over anything very interesting at the very beginning. Generally, I just listen to music and drink soda pop. So, yeah. Yeah, the persecution is coming from all fronts. It's very hard to be a Pastafarian in today's anti-truth climate. Alternative facts climate. So, we're 6 seconds into this, and so these 53 minutes is just going to fly by. Let's begin. It's me, let's get some revenge. It's Cinco de Mayo, and the Catholics are back, so let's go see what lies they're telling us. Hello.
How are you?
Well, did you see my video? No. That was too bad.
Will you just repeat the answer that you
Yeah, it's right here. I videotaped last week. Would you like to review the tape?
just like what's the direction of your life?
Hi, what's your name? Are you a Christian?
What's your name?
My name's Mitchell, what's yours?
What did Jesus say?
Jesus said that he was the only way back to the Father, and that's not true, it's a lie.
Who's the Father?
The Father is the creator of all.
And why is that not true? He would know?
Yeah, he wouldn't know he was lying.
Why should we believe you? Why should I believe you?
Are you really want to know? Do you really want to know? Listen to the words that I say and compare the feeling that you have in your heart when you hear my teachings to the teachings of the God of the Old Testament. Will you do that?
Yes.
Alright, just to introduce you to some characters that we're about to meet. That's Teresa that we're talking to. The woman over here on the right, I never did get her name, but she speaks up again. And she knew my name. She called me by name. She said, "Hello, Mitchell." This is the priest that is trying to avoid talking to me. This man we spoke with last week, and he identified himself as a murderer because he hated his dad because his dad was a total arsehole. And he thought to himself once when he was a teenager, you know, I could just murder that motherfucker. And I think that anyone who's raised by an arsehole thinks that. And so he calls himself a murderer, even though it takes something a little bit more to be a murderer, and he doesn't see the difference. And the camera is being held by my beautiful assistant, Josephine, who's with us in the studio today. Yeah. Talmore is back. Hello, Mitch, my mate. Hello, Talmore. It's good to see you back. How are things going out there? Is that shit settling down? I think I'm hearing weird things in the news still. So I hope that you are safe and your loved ones. I have a Catholic priest here in the streets with sound systems and some weird altar, and so I am proposing him. And we're watching that. You can watch it all right now. I'm going to take it super slow and talk shit, but if it's too slow, you can watch it on the line. Also, there's some comments on there. Redonk saw it earlier and commented that he said, let me recall, he said that someone's going to come up and be like, I don't want you filming me, and it's like, why did you come up to the camera then? And so Redonk commented about that. Someone from Fort Collins, which is like an hour and a half north of me, is saying that I should show up there and help them out there because they got some Jesus freaks out there. Yeah. And I recall Fort Collins as being a sort of center for flat eartherism. So yeah, it's a little bit further away than my gas can take me at the moment. Generally, I just sort of squeeze in these things when I have a trip to town for chores anyway. Yeah. Which is what I did have here. Inwood says, do they need a license to use loudspeakers? It turns out they do. We're going to find out that they have a permit for this, even though they don't surrender to me any sort of physical copy of that. We talked to a cop toward the end about what it is that they have been permitted to do. And so because they have sort of items out here in public, sitting around, not right, these are fire hazards. And so they're permitted to have these fire hazards, and they're also permitted to be talking through this loudspeaker such that if they are disturbing the peace with the loudspeakers, it's fine. That doesn't matter. They're allowed to disturb the peace with it. Talmore says, everything is fine for me at least. How about you, buddy? Oh, things are fucking great here. America is a fucking paradise, rights-wise. I get to walk... I'm not worried about violence encroaching upon my life at all. That's not a thing that I very much worry about. I am a very happy man. So yeah, asking how I am, coming from sort of war-torn, old world, Middle East, fucking nightmare central. I do appreciate that, but relatively, I'm amazing. I feel great. So Teresa here, she just said that she's going to listen to the things that I say, and she's going to let the way she feels determine whether or not what I'm saying is true. I don't think she's going to remember that at the end when she's talking to the camera and telling the camera about all the feelings that I made her feel today. But she did say it in the beginning, so hopefully she'll recall it. you do that thing I asked?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you think that your pastor will?
What?
Do you think that your pastor will?
No, he's right now.
Don't touch me.
Why not?
Do you see what she's doing? It's illegal.
It's illegal?
Is it okay to do something illegal for your God?
I'm sorry I did something illegal. Is it okay to accept an apology?
Forever, the meaning of your life.
Sir, I'd like to talk to you.
No, in this sense, you will have to look
conversation is
for
not
something
over.
else,
Yes.
because the one day they will die. So
Sir.
what is this something else?
Sir.
What is something to say?
Sir, I'd
What
like
is
to
this
talk
some
to you.
other reason
Do you have
for
time to
which
talk right
you
now?
would like to live?
Sir, what's your name?
What do you live for? Because if
Sir, what
these
is the
people
name
will
of
die,
life?
you need another reason to live.
Sir.
I live for eternal life.
Sir, what is your name? Eternal life is mythological.
Okay, you live
You're
for
pushing
eternal life.
into me. This is illegal.
But if
You told me you
we
were
are
sorry
created
for breaking
for
the law for your
Wait,
Why
God.
is there
that's
death?
You're
Then you
fine. I
did it
didn't.
again.
Why is there even
Our
death here
conversation
in
is
the
not
world?
over. Would you like to talk?
Oh, you're touching me.
If you want to talk to me, we can
Why-
go to the
We
side.
are in
You
public.
said
I
you
would like
live
to
for
talk on the
eternal life.
microphone.
No,
You
no.
brought the microphone
We
in
paid,
this
Why-
space.
we paid for
That's
this
our
space.
microphone.
Have you ever
pay?
asked
We
yourself,
paid the government,
why
whoever it is,
is
the
there
organization.
Hey, how much did you
here
pay? Do you
on
have the permit? Can I see your permit?
You don't need to.
I didn't think so. You
No, no,
do
we
need
do
to.
have
This
it.
is public space.
Yeah, but
Sir,
we don't have to show you our
can I
permit.
talk to your preacher, please? Now Teresa says something to me that I think is not true. I think that she says that she doesn't have to show it to me. I think the point is, yeah, you do. Like, you've got a paper that explains this exception that you have to the rule. And if anyone comes in and says, you can't do this, you can't just say, we have an exception to this rule, trust us. You have to be like, here it is, right? And so, I understand that they probably aren't that good at it, that they have it, right? But, you know, construction companies are. You know, when you walk onto a construction company or site, some motherfucker stops you, puts a fucking hard hat on you, if you even are allowed on the site, right? They're following these rules, and it's like, you can't be doing this, where's your fucking permit? And they're like, it's right there, posted where it's supposed to be. And so, what I'm saying is, these people are amateurs, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And if they want to play this game, we're all going to have to get professional together. But I'm not professional because my fucking opponent is not professional. Talmor says that's great. Thank you very much. Ian Wood asks, do you get nervous before stepping into the ring? I do. There's a little bit cut before and after I sort of, I talk to the camera, I put the intro on there. There's a little bit before and a little bit after where it's just sort of like, and actually, when we were parking, we drove by and we saw him and we're like, fuck, I guess we gotta do this. And then we were parking, and I was like, maybe I'll just do this straight voice. Maybe I'll just interview him and be like, seriously, what the fuck are you doing? Maybe I'll do that. And I was really thinking about just toning it down a lot and like maybe not even wearing. I'm not wearing eyeliner. I'm not wearing all parts of my costume. I've been sort of lackadaisical with the shoes recently, and then definitely the eyeliner on this day. So I had a lot of feelings about, Jesus, this is fucking stupid. Why does this guy get to fucking invade my fucking day just because he's being an asshole in the street? Why does that get to determine that I have to go down there now and call him a dick mouth? But, you know, it kind of does. Like, and so I'm glad that I did it. I like this video a lot. I like a lot of the things that I say. I like a lot of the mistakes I made. And yes, I really fucking get nervous. I was getting nervous just there watching me do it as well. Yeah, it really is scary. Especially because, like I said, we're all novices at this. I don't know when I cross the line, because I think what the cop says at the end is, so I'm going to yell at this priest at the end, and then he'll leave, and then the cops show up. But perhaps if the cops showed up while I was yelling at this guy, perhaps the cops would not have treated me like they did. So, from what they were saying. So, it's right to be nervous, because I don't know how fucking close to jail I am. I don't want to go to jail for this. I think it's stupid. Stupid thing to go to jail over. And so, I think I'm operating within the law, but I'm an amateur at this, so is my opponent, and so If he had just had cops waiting there, and I had just walked up, and they were like, "Do you know that this is now you're delivering on an intent to a threat?" I'd be like, "Oh shit, no, I didn't know that." And they'd be like, "Well, you're still going to jail," and I'd be like, "Yeah, I guess so." So yeah, very nervous, very very nervous. I still do it though because I'm more crazy than I'm nervous, so that's good. Talmore says, I'm happy as well. I'm a mechanical engineering student. I'm enjoying my life. It's just extreme right-wing government that's destroying our country. Yeah, it seems to be, we seem to be in it, a global wave of right-wing sort of violent nationalism, racist, and I was hoping that that election there, your election there, would signal a sort of end of that wave, and maybe it is. Maybe the wave has crested and is ebbing, but it still sort of is on that side. And hopefully, by the time this fucking American election comes around, we'll be fully in the other swing. We'll be swinging the other way of not nationalism and not fucking fascism and authoritarianism. Hopefully, fingers crossed. You don't seem a bit nervous, but you do sound like you really enjoy it. I also really enjoy it. Thank you. You don't seem a bit nervous, thank you. That is a little bit acting, that's a little bit editing, and I'm a little bit good at this, so thank you. But you do sound like you really enjoy it. I absolutely do enjoy it. I was a theater kid in high school, right? Like, first of all, I was raised in a cult, okay? My younger sister explains our family like it was an orphanage. That we weren't really a family, we were kids in an orphanage. And, the longer I look at her metaphor, the fucking more and more I have to confess that it's true. And so, when I got to high school and they were doing these plays and I got to stay after school and there were some very, very sexy ladies there, fucking... I found it. That's what I was doing. And then we got on the stage and there's just that exhilaration, that rush of like, everyone's looking at me right now. And it's scary and it's fun at the same time. And I have a lot of friends that are into this sort of addicted to something that is fun and dangerous. And I attract people that are into things that are fun and dangerous because I think I look fun and dangerous. And I probably am, eh? Just like being on the stage is fun and dangerous, or perhaps like slightly illegal things like smoking weed where it's illegal is fun and dangerous, and being nude in public is fun and dangerous. Mm-hmm. So that sort of thing was a release for us in the cult. The point is, when you're repressing your, let's say, sexual desires, and you have no healthy outlet for your sexual desires, those sexual desires find outlets. Mm-hmm. And so because all the healthy outlets are closed, the outlets they find are less healthy. Mm-hmm. And so... my relationship with the theater began in high school. I became addicted to it because it was fun and scary. Mm-hmm. And so, I do love it. I am a theater nerd. I like talking in a loud voice in public. I'm one of those extrovert introverts, right? Like, I liked being in public here, and I'm glad I'm not there right now. I'm glad I'm in this room here all alone, and like there's not a lot of people around. I'm one of those extrovert introverts. And so, I'm just like perfectly crazy to do this, and I want to, so I am. I'm doing what I want, and this is what I want, because this is fucking hilarious. I think this is hilarious. I'm standing there in my stupid fucking pirate costume, and he's standing there in a Catholic priest costume, and they're equally ridiculous, and fucking... anyone who sees it, as soon as you see that both costumes are equally ridiculous, you just can't give a shit about it anymore. I think it's fucking hilarious. Ian Wood says, you don't seem a bit nervous. I read that all. I talked about that for 93 minutes. So, these two people are getting in my way. I went up to the priest and I said, our conversation's not over. Can we please continue it right now? I have arrived. I just arrived. I told you I was coming back. I want to talk to you about this. Here I am, let's do it. And he's like, I'm not done with my sermon. And it's like, why do you think that you get to come and sermonize in the streets? Like, why do you think that's just a thing you do? Like, I go make a space for sermonization, and when people come up and talk to me, I don't be like, excuse me, I've got notes to read. I'm like, cool, let's talk, fucking finally. Because I'm a real preacher, and this guy's fucking bullshit, he's just a fucking liar. So these two motherfuckers are in my way, because they know that this guy cannot handle my questions, and they know that they don't want my questions on this microphone, and so they think that they can defend me with reason, defend against me with reason. So they're going to use reason, and they will slowly discover that reason has been on my side the whole time. So let's watch.
Can I talk to you, please?
May I have a
Can I
debate
talk
with
to
him
you?
right
May I
now
have a
in
debate with
public?
you? Why?
Yes, you may.
Okay, let's do it.
So a lot of times, so I'm mirroring them, obviously. They think that I am escalating this, but I didn't bring any amplification, so they're incorrect. I am mirroring them, and I'm like, great, I'm like, not very well mirroring them. I don't even have the fucking shit that they have to fucking really show them how stupid they are. I don't have any instruments on me. And so she's going to try to mirror me back, because she thinks I'm escalating, so she's going to mirror me back. And so I'm saying, dude, in your fucking stupid outfit, I want to talk to you. And then she says, I want to talk to you. And so she said that. And that is an invitation like a vampire, right? Mm-hmm. So she just said, I want to talk to you, I want to have a conversation. It's like, cool. I'm only 2.5 minutes into this, and I've already got a, I want to talk to you for one of these people. It's like, great. Mm-hmm. You fucking think that this isn't good enough for me?
Yeah.
Let's talk then. Because she thinks that I'm cheating. And that my shit is nonsense. And so she's just gonna throw nonsense back at me. She's gonna throw all my nonsense back at me so that I can see that it's nonsense. But the thing is, I'm throwing good faith out there. And so if you mirror good faith back to me, you're fucked. And she is, totally. She's converted. She might not know it yet, but she wants to be a Pastafarian.
Can we do it on the microphone? We're doing it right here. Is that cool? Is that what you want? That's what I want to. Okay. So here is the debate. If he's telling lies, then what he's doing is not okay. Do you agree?
If you're telling lies, what you're doing is
Do you agree with what I say? I agree with you. Do you agree with me?
Well, the thing is, we have the right to say lies.
So, already, she lost the conversation. I don't know if she even noticed. But I said, okay, here is the debate. We are having a debate. Here it is. If he's telling lies over that microphone, what he's doing is not okay. What he's doing is less than good. And she's like, no, if you're telling lies, what you're doing is less than good. And I say, yeah, I agree with you. Do you agree with me? And then she just says, well, it's our American right to do it. So she gave me that. She gave it to me, right? Like, her conversation was, well, yes, I see what you're saying, but it's our American right. So, she lost the debate. Because the debate was, if he's saying shit through that microphone that's not true, it's subpar, I'm going to oppose it. And she's like, right, but it's our right to say shit through that microphone. It's like, so you admit you're saying shit, thanks. So, as to the idea whether it's your right to say lies through the microphone, yes, it is, and it's my right to oppose them in an equally aggressive voice.
Yeah.
So we've already moved on. Like, I don't know why she didn't notice that her god has already lost.
Well, we just prove it to you.
If you want to speak to me.
Here is the video of our last conversation. Have you reviewed the tape?
No.
I think that you should. I'm going to put it in your pocket so that you can review the lies that you said to me. Do you recall calling yourself a liar or a murderer? Do you recall that?
We're all murderers. We are liars. We're all liars and murderers.
Here is a claim. Here is a claim that our friend Teresa is making. We are all liars and murderers. This thing is not true. This thing is not just. This thing is not real. It is an important part of their message, and it's just falsifiable. And it's disgusting. Like, if someone's calling you a liar and you're not lying, then fuck them, right? If someone's calling you a murderer and you haven't ended in human life, then fuck them. They don't get to call you that. And abortion gets a little bit. She's going to bring up abortion here, and that gets a little bit dicey. But like, the point is, you don't know when the spirit begins. You don't know when it is. You don't know when it's murder.
And that's why Jesus came.
Who taught you that?
I know from looking at
Who
myself.
taught you that?
I looked at how I
Who
lived.
taught you that that was true?
My
Name
own
the
reason.
name of the person.
We've experienced it.
Hold it. Name the human
I've
that
lied.
taught you that that's true.
I have lied.
My experience
I
is
have
that you
lied.
have not murdered.
I have
Are
murdered
you a
into my
murderer?
heart. Yeah.
Whoever told you that is a liar. And they oughtn't to talk. Friend. Our conversation is not over. Shall we continue it? No, you're...
So right there, he's off the microphone. I catch his eye. He's the priest. I say, our conversation is not over. He says, I will talk to you afterwards. Do you think that he held up that promise? He held it. Did you think he counted that as a promise? None of these Christians do. All of their shit is hand-waving. All of their promises come to naught. Just like their fucking God. He says, I'll talk to you after. He has no intention of talking to me. He wants his goons that don't know shit to get in my way the whole time and distract me, and then he sneaks out on his bike. That's what he wants. And while he wants that, he promises he'll talk to me afterwards. He doesn't care about that promise. His promises mean nothing. Both to you, because you're not part of his flock, and to his flock, because he doesn't have to be telling them the truth about death and life. So fucking bullshit.
You're in public space. You came to public space. I want to have this conversation in public where it
I want to have a
belongs.
conversation with you in public space.
Cool. What was the last thing that we talked about over there?
Whether I was a liar and a murderer.
Cool. And you're not a murderer because you haven't murdered
Am
anyone.
I a liar?
Let's talk about whether you're a murderer.
Do you know
Is he
me?
a murderer?
Do you know who I am?
What's your name?
How do you know I'm not a murderer? How do you know I'm lying? How do you know I haven't committed abortion? How do you know?
Killed somebody?
You don't know.
Have you committed murder?
And if I committed abortion, do I have to tell you? I don't have to answer you.
But you're not a murderer. And whoever's called you a murderer has lied to
Do
you.
you think that hate is
and they're lying
murder?
to your
Do you
children.
think that the feeling of hatred in your heart is murder?
No, it's not. It's a different feeling. Let's talk.
Doesn't work.
Let's have a conversation, you and me. Let's continue our conversation. Did you watch the video?
You don't have to have a conversation. If he doesn't want to have a conversation with you, you don't have
Why
the
did he
right.
come to a public space if he doesn't want to have a public
He wants to
conversation?
talk to somebody else. He doesn't have to talk to
Sir, can you see me? Sir, did you see him try to get a demon out of me last week? Did you witness that?
you. Do you think you have one?
No, I don't. Do you?
What if you do? You
Then
don't
I
have?
want it out of me. If I have a demon...
So she says, what if you do? And sorry, ladies and gentlemen. She says, what if you do? And I say, in good faith, I listen to that question and I answer it in good faith, which they are incapable of doing. She gives me a what if, and I go along with it. Fucking tell me the next time you what if a Christian and they just fucking go along with it. That shit doesn't happen. So she says, what if you do have a demon? And I say straight, I drop my voice and I say, if I have a demon, I want it gone. And I want it gone now. A demon is a negative influence in my life. I answer it in good faith. Later I ask her, what if Jesus is a demon? And she doesn't care. So I think I had to cut that though for reasons that may become apparent later.
What's your name? Teresa, my name's Mitchell.
Mitchell.
If I have a demon,
God
I
loves
want
you.
it gone, and I want it gone today, and I want you to get rid of it. Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you get rid of my demon, Teresa? Can you do it for me? I can't do it myself. I need help.
It's true you do.
Can you do it? Because your
Why would
priest
you think that I
can't.
could?
Because you're following
So, we go through the whole thought experiment. If I have a demon, I expect you could clean it out. You believe in the true living God of Jesus. He's the one who told you about the demons. He's the one who showed the power to do it. I don't think... I think if I had a demon, Angela, my apologies, Teresa, or her priest could remove it right there in the streets and would want to. And I'm filming it, and I would put it up on my thing, and I would have a demon out of my life, and I would fucking see things clearly, and I would be happy again. And I wouldn't be such a weird, fucking hateful person. Right? I wouldn't be so mad at God for lying to me. All that would go away. And I could go to heaven. What a wonderful fucking thing that would be. I'd like that. That would be good. Good forever? Sounds great. But Teresa didn't try. And when her priest tried, it didn't work. So I think the evidence suggests that I don't have a demon in me. That Teresa's wrong to think that there is a demon in me. Wrong and stupid. Not just wrong, but really fucking stupid. A stupid fucking thing for an adult to think. Let alone an adult who has children. Let alone an adult who has had as many children as they physically could. What a stupid thing for a child to do. A child who still thinks that there's such a thing as demons. Even though when someone who should have a demon walks up to her and says, "Please help me get rid of it," she takes no steps towards it because she doesn't believe it at all. They don't believe it at all. Because I don't believe it at all. And I can see it in their eyes. You also don't believe it at all. You know that this world is exactly what it looks like.
True creator's reality. Where is your man that talks to you? Why does he not want to talk to me? Sir, I want to talk to you about the hate that you preach.
Don't touch me.
Sir, I want to talk to you about the hate that you preach. Why can't you talk to me? This is a public space. You came here. Why can't you talk to me? Why are you afraid of my words? Why is you after?
When I say the word afraid, he finally makes eye contact with me and responds. I am asking him, I'm talking to him, and I'm asking him why he thinks he can come out into the public space and then avoid having a conversation with the opposition. The organized opposition has come to say, no. These things that you're preaching are not true. And you just don't want to engage with them? And you think that's your right to just ignore them? You really think that that is the right way to play this game? Well then go ahead. Play it stupid. But I'm going to record it. I'm going to show everybody. And you're everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Ian Wood and Tal Moore. So these people were talking to my beautiful assistant because A, she's beautiful, and B, they're too afraid to talk to me. And so we can listen to the bullshit they say because she's getting them on camera to fucking show just how, radicalized these people are. Just how much they think that what they're saying isn't straight up crazy. They're going around trying to be like, we're not crazy. Yeah, you're fucking crazy, Catholics. You're playing a role-playing game that's 2,000 years old and has many times killed people. It's become too violent. Dungeons and Dragons, there was a rumor that Dungeons and Dragons maybe killed someone in the fucking 70s, and fucking every fucking mom in America knew about it. But they don't care that their bullshit role-playing game caused the goddamn Crusades. Fuck you. Fuck your Bible. Fuck you. Fuck. Double fuck your mouth. So, maybe I'll edit these people together and listen to the bullshit they say to the camera. Oh, if only you read it right. Oh, if only you could feel God's love. God don't love gay people.
No, you'll speak with me now. You came to a public space. I told you I would be here. I am here to continue the conversation that you started when you came out here in the streets preaching untruths. She's not a murderer. Where's our friend?
You don't know me. You don't know me.
Tell me you're a murderer, and I'll judge you in my heart. Tell me you're a murderer.
In my heart, I've murdered many people.
So listen to the confession of this supposed murderer and judge for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Feel that feeling in your heart. When she confesses to her murder, what does she say? I've killed many people in my heart. This is not the confession of a murderer. It doesn't sound like this. And I don't feel this way when I hear it. She lied to me. She is not a murderer. Who told her to treat herself like a murderer? Murder is a real fucking thing. People do it. And so if you've already convicted yourself of murder, and you've already gone through the grief of dealing with you're a murderer, well, that brings you a step closer to murder, doesn't it? What a stupid fucking thing to do. Get closer to murder? Don't do that. Walk away from murder. Don't step closer to it. Idiots. Idiots.
No, that's not true.
I don't know. I know that's true.
Did this man tell you you're a murderer? Have you committed murder? Are you a murderer? What?
What did he lie about?
He lied when he said that homosexual people need to repent before they get to heaven. Do you agree?
Do you think that liars need to?
So I'm having two conversations here, and I sort of miss a trick with the person who just asked me what Jesus lied about. It's this man here. He's going to now ask for the verse where Jesus said that gay people are going to hell, and it's Leviticus. Jesus is the God of the Old Testament. He created, when it says God created the heaven and the earth, they're talking about Jesus, okay? So people worship Jesus like he's the creator. When he said Leviticus, and he said, when you fuck a man like you fuck a woman, you deserve the fucking stoning you're about to get. That was Jesus. Jesus said that. And then later he fucking said it to Paul. I misinterpret the thing the guy says, and it says, when did he lie? And so I give him John 18:20 as just, my go-to lie of Jesus. But they're like, when did he say that the gays have to repent? And it's like, in the book called the Bible. Like, it's such a stupid... I don't understand this. It's like, oh, is that right? Oh, I'm just adding that myself? So the Bible's not homophobic? It's just all those people that were homophobic because of the Bible for the past 1,500 years were just sort of misreading it? No, it's in the book, guys. It's in your book. I'm sorry, I didn't write it. I didn't put it there. I just found it and then said, oh, this shouldn't be here. We can take this out now. And some people are like, it's already out. And it's like, it's not.
It's not.
It's not out.
In the hand of
There it is right there. He's fucking clutching it. This guy.
There is no lines through it, and there's no page torn out.
That's
so
right.
It's still there.
There it sits, waiting for any asshole
Book of Love
to be like, oh, I see what we're doing wrong. We're not murdering the fucking gays.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone, at any time, at any age, can say, oh, I see why our sister died for a reason that we can't quite comprehend. It's not because we're not vaccinated. It's because we're not killing enough of our gays. At any time. In any group that worships at Book of Hate.
Yep.
Anyone can do it. In the same way that any Mormon at any time can radicalize his fucking kids by saying, remember the Danites? At any time, any Mormon father can say to his violent tendency children that he's been able to brainwash, well, you remember the Danites? I mean, God's always going to need Danites. The book is built on lies. The book is built on war. Throw it away. Start from scratch. Build it on a rock. You're building it on this nightmare sand. Fucking war gods. Circumcision. Your religion is built on circumcision? Oh my God. Oh my holy blood God. We're the ones who figured out that we should cut the tips of our dicks off and then God will love us. Well, good for you. You figured that out, did you?
Yes, there is a heaven. Nothing. We're all guaranteed because we were created by a good God, and the good God, because that man, I've told you 3 times. Do you want me to explain it again? Are you going to listen to me this time?
You're not listening to everyone. Why should we listen to you?
I have listened to everything you said. Go ahead, quiz me.
Okay, well, what do you have to do to get into heaven?
You have to believe that God is the one and true way through. And
I spoke there. I should have said Jesus, the one and true way through, but I think she understood what I was saying.
you have to repent.
Then why are we arguing?
Because you haven't
believe
heard
that.
what I've said.
Both believe the same thing.
I'm not Jesus. No, we don't listen. Neither is this guy. Who do we have to listen to? No, we don't have to listen to Jesus. Do you know why we don't have to listen to Jesus? Do you know why we don't have to listen to Jesus?
I don't know why we don't have to listen
Because
to you.
Jesus lied. So if Jesus lied, do we have to listen to him?
You guys are saying lies. Do we have to listen to you?
If Jesus lied, do we have to listen to him?
Jesus is the truth. Do you know why he's the truth? Because he died
No,
for
he's
you.
not. What do you mean he's the truth?
He's the truth. because
No, that was a lie. When he said that, it was a lie.
No.
Do you have your Bible on you?
Yeah, I do, right here. Have you ever died for anybody else?
No, I've lived for somebody else.
Because he died for us.
Cool.
He died for you.
And no love has, no greater love has man. Tell me that one.
Than to die for us.
Cool. If I can show you a greater love, will you give up your Christ? John 18:20, he lied. If I showed you a greater love, would you give up this false love? If there is a greater love than to die, if I told you a greater love than to die?
Okay, if I believe you, I'll give it up. Okay. To live? I know, but...
For another.
Alright, I sort of cheated there. I leaned in and said it quietly. And she was like, "What's that? Why are you doing that?" And I whispered it in her ear. So the argument here is, and it's a good argument and I'll go over it right here. In the Bible, there is a passage that says no greater has love no, there is no greater love than this. That a man would fucking die for his friends. And it's sort of like, a circular argument because, spoiler alert, the dude's about to do it. So he's calling it of himself. He's saying, I'm about to do the greatest thing of all time, and that's to die for someone. To die for someone. First of all, that's not true if all of the claims that he made are true. That math is bad. That's not how it works. If dying is meaningless, especially when you're the Son of God, then Jesus dying wasn't a love. And in fact, he could have loved us greater by spending a couple extra years on this planet just writing all this shit down. And then after he did that, walking 1,000 miles and writing it all down again. And then after that, walking another 1,000 miles and writing it all again.
Yep. And preaching it in different languages
Yeah.
to different people, so
Yeah.
it wasn't just one
Right.
great God's people.
And so that
cause
is
all this
living.
hatred.
And so that's to live. To live for another is a greater love than to die. To give your life to save someone, sure, like firemen, that's a great gift. But when the fireman goes home and gives everything he earns to his children and makes sure that his children are happy, that's a greater gift.
And have a dad to talk to
that's
about their problems.
That's a greater love than the love that he's giving to strangers by saving them. He's living for his family. And as soon as I say that to her, she says, instantly confesses, I know. But she instantly confesses that I am correct and that I have proved her Jesus a liar. Instantly she confesses. So they don't even believe the things that they're saying. They don't even understand the poetry. They don't believe it. they live somewhere in the middle between the extremes that they're taught. Then they defend the bullshit extremes for no fucking reason. I don't know if we get on camera how many children fucking Teresa has, but the Catholics made her have way too many children.
It's great. It's a learning lesson. It's a reason. Blue trailer down there in the corner.
You are.
No, you want to waste my time, so I can't talk to the person who I should be talking to. The guy in the clouds. Are you treating me like a person, or are you treating me like a demon? Is there a difference?
Like a person to find out what your life's like and what sufferings you've had in your life.
Sorry, just had to pause it, but still watching. Just 30 minutes behind you. Donk says thumbs up. Ian Wood says he's behind. No worries, Ian Wood. Maybe I'll even type that during the next time we're doing this. Yeah, double speed is your friend in that regard. Hello, welcome to the stream, Redonk. What did you think of this video? We're watching it very, very slowly. We're only 9 minutes into it. Thank you for your comments. We appreciate those. Yeah, Josephine was on camera again, and she was showing all the people that were sort of harassing her, right? Defending her from taking video of this thing they decided to do in fucking public. Like, they decided to come here in public, and then I am filming it, and they're like, "Excuse me? Why are you doing that?" I thought this was public. I'm really, really surprised by your aversion to the filming of this. We're not going to finish it today because we are fucking taking for days to do this, but, you know, no worries.
You won't let me tell my story. Why do you keep leading me and telling me what you expect? Yeah, no. God personally lied to me through his book that he published that's supposed to be perfect, but is not.
I think
No, what do you think I'm mad about? What am I mad about? I have it written down on a piece of paper so people like you that don't want to see truth have to read it. And how many times have you read it so far? Okay, and it's like fire in your mind.
So I'm making fun of her right there, and this is where I propose that perhaps she has a demon. That's her aversion to reading these words is strange, isn't it? Perhaps there is a demon inside of you that causes you to be this. Previous to this, I was speaking with her daughter, who claimed to be the organizer of this event, and then turned out to be not 18. And so I am very confused by that, because they keep saying that we paid a thing, we paid for the permit, and then this person who identified themselves as not wanting to tell me whether they're an adult said that they were the organizer of it, the organizer, and she and her group. And so, as far as like, okay, cool, you organize this, I want to interview you, and then it was like, cool, I'm underage, so you can't interview me. And it's like, well, how convenient that these adults are really just helping their kids do a project they want to do, that this priest doesn't even want to be here. He's only here because the kids asked him, please do this. And then he doesn't want to talk to me. It's just like, tell your kids it's a bad idea, priest. When they're like, we want to do it, be like, no, that's not, it's a bad idea. And then when they say why, be like, because there are people in public who will ask us questions that we don't want to answer. Would you fucking tell your kids the truth instead of making me go along with your lies? So why the fuck is the Catholic fucking Church street preaching of all fucking things? My fucking game, the Catholic Church comes out and street preaches, and the first thing they say is, "Excuse me, you've got to respect us." I'm like, holy shit. Rule 1 on street preaching, you earn your respect. Rule 1, kiddo. I don't know how long you've been playing this game in the Catholic Church that's 2,000 years old, but the first rule of fucking busking is you get what you deserve because you're bad at this. If you don't want to fucking get shot on, get good at it. That's the first rule. No one's gonna make you good but you, asshole. Get it. And so, this guy's bad at it. Because he doesn't fucking practice, and he doesn't fucking want to do it. He doesn't want to come out here and have a conversation with me about actual fucking theology, and about whether the shit he says is evil. He doesn't want to have that conversation. He's decided it's not, so it's not. Any damage it does isn't his fault. It's no one's fault. So he gets to keep doing it. No, it's his fault. He chooses it every day. Redonk says, I just watched Jesus vs. Flying Spaghetti Monster. We are also watching it. Redonk, very interesting video. I do hope that you bring up the parts in it about it that you like and you don't like. I am an amateur at this, as is my opponent here. They are all amateurs, and I hope it shows. You right? Yeah, I'm proud of this one. I'm not saying it's my best. It's definitely not my worst. But I like where I'm going with it. You know. And there was a conversation just before this that lasted about 20 minutes and I'm proud of, and I can't show you. I think it was a good conversation. I put things on people's shelves. I identified this person as malicious to their kids, right to her child's eyes. I said, my mother was crazy and that's why I was indoctrinated into a blood cult. And it took me until I was 35 to figure that out. And so, that's some serious weight. But I can't show it to you. Trust me, it's the best, though. It's the best I've ever done. I think soon we're going to start... Teresa takes a lot of our time. And I'm identifying her right now as sort of like... time waster.
If there's a demon in you, would you want it gone? Is it possible that Jesus is a demon? Is that possible? Then maybe I'm not the one with the demon, maybe it's you and the demon is Jesus. Would you like me to exorcise him from your life?
Jesus
Is that possible?
took the place of all of
So he is a demon. Alright, we're standing now. We look weird if we're not standing.
Now stay with us, we're going to sing.
What's your name, dude? What is your name?
Oh, now I can speak with you.
Yeah, right here on your carpet you brought here.
Yeah, let them sing. Hey, my friend.
No, we're not friends. No, we're not friends. Why did you call me your friend?
Why am I speaking with one who is not my friend?
Because you came out here in public and I am opposing you,
So-
and that's what you have to do in America.
Hey, I'm Francesco, what's your name?
You're Francesco, my name is Mitchell.
Mitchell, fantastic. You told me last time, sorry, I
I probably forgot yours too.
Look,
Do you remember last week when you tried to exercise the
Yeah,
demon from me? So explain yourself.
let me tell you, let me tell you.
Cool. So, you know, he's been thinking about it for a week and he's got a script in his mind and he's going forward with the script. But let me point out that the first thing that I asked him is, you accused me of having a demon, you took steps towards removing that demon and no demon came out of me. Explain yourself. Explain that. What happened? What is that? Why were you wrong? Explain it. He never, ever, 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 ever attempts to hear or answer that question. Never, ever, 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 ever does my opponent hear me. He walks forward with a sermon that he has prepared, like I'm one of his parishioners, and I will listen to his sermon. I won't. He won't listen to mine. I didn't prepare a sermon for him. I prepared questions, and he didn't hear any, he didn't answer any. This is not a good faith opponent in this conversation.
You said there was a demon in me.
Let me tell you one thing.
Is there a demon in me?
Look,
Do you know what the hell you're talking about?
I want to tell you that you're right. Jesus lied.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
And fuck him, because his sermon is bad. Fuck him. He's been working all week on a lecture he's going to give me, and it begins with, I want to tell you, you're right, Jesus lied. Cool. You don't get another line after that, motherfucker. You just confessed that Jesus lied. This whole thing just fell down. I have you on camera saying you're correct. Jesus lied. So stop worshipping him. Right now. Right fucking now.
He doesn't.
And he doesn't. So here is a confessed liar. Worshipping the liar. I have it on camera. This is all I need. The Catholic Church is false. He just confessed. Just confessed it to me. Every single one of his parishioners dancing around like a fucking moron. You don't have to. You're free. He just confessed Jesus lied. Let's listen to it again.
Let me tell you.
You said there was a demon in me.
Let me tell you one thing.
Is there a demon in me?
Look, I
you
want-
know what the hell you're talking about.
I want to tell you that you're right. Jesus lied.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I give you.
I want to tell you, says this fucking idiot, that you're right, Jesus lied. Thank you. Thank you very much. Quit your church today. Do you even understand the words that you're saying? Do you not even understand what language is? Doesn't even care. If Jesus lied, the Bible isn't worth the time it takes to read it. Sorry. Stop reading it. It's not a good book. It's really fucking boring. Go read The Lord of the Rings, goddammit. Go fucking read any fucking poetry. Just stop reading this hateful fucking nightmare. It's not worth your time. And he just confessed it. If you follow this man, he just confessed it. Leave his church now.
I'll give you 10 reasons.
I'll give you one reason and then
I don't
say
need
mine.
one reason, I have
So,
10.
when I
I'm
was-
wasting my time.
when I was-
I want to have a conversation with
Yeah,
you.
but let me-
I just hear your lecture.
yeah.
Because you're an idiot and you're preaching
Yeah, okay.
falsehood through a microphone.
Yeah, so,
you don't get to
no.
lecture me, you get to converse with me.
it's true.
Francesca,
Yeah, let me say-
where are you from? You said your dad died. Who killed your dad?
Some terrorists.
What was his name?
He just claimed there that the terrorists that killed his father were Freemasons. I really don't know what I'm about. I might be an ass. I might be a total fucking asshole. But I don't recall the last time that the Freemasons ever terrorized anybody. So, and the Freemasons make reference to the Temple of Solomon. They're part of it. It's still the fucking God of Abraham.
But anyway,
Believes in the devil, believes in Christian mythology, and that makes them a
No,
Christian.
but I'm telling you, where
But
was
the devil did not do it.
No, listen to me. I need to receive an answer for you. Where the heck was God when my father died?
God was nowhere. There's no thing as God. It's mythology. You're preaching to impressionable young people, and you should be. I should be able to sue you for this garbage.
So, it looks like some of our stuff is not getting through. Dropping some frames. Maybe it stopped, maybe it hasn't. But I'm just gonna keep talking shit here. So he is on this really, really juvenile sort of script that's really stupid and dumb. And he says, "Where was God when my father died?" And my answer is, there's no such thing as God. You're all making it up. God was nowhere, both when you were born and when your father died. And you're preaching those lies to these people, and I think I should be able to sue you over that. And so that's not where he thought that script would go. And so here's just a tip in life: don't put words into other people's mouths, because if you need them to say it and they don't, you just fucked yourself. Okay? Stop fucking yourself. Stop needing lines to come out of other people's mouths. You're never going to be good at it. The more you figure out who you are, the less you'll understand who they are. The further and further you'll see, the worse you are at fucking predicting what some other motherfucker is going to say. So stop it.
Yeah.
You're bad at it.
Yep.
The more you look at it, the more bad you'll realize you are at it. Stop it. Stop it now. Let other people write their lines. When you are predicting the future and you can't not because your brain just fucking does it. So, as you observe your brain doing it and you see that it's writing lines for other people, don't allow it to do that because it's bad at it. It can do other things, but don't write lines for other people. Because when he said, "Where was God?" I gave him truth and I told him why I should be suing him for lying. And that's definitely not what he thought was going to happen there. So don't be an idiot like this fucking idiot.
Yeah, okay.
The country is broken because you're allowed to do
I have
this
reason.
hate speech in front of these young, impressionable minds.
I have a reason.
Indoctrinating children should be illegal. Yeah.
So,
Did your
So
church
why-
touch little boys?
So I say indoctrinating children should be illegal. And he goes, yeah. And he tries to get back onto the script. But I've made a very important point here. And he's ill-equipped to answer it. Do you agree, audience, Pastafarians, that indoctrinating children should be illegal? I think we can say that many Pastafarians agree with it. I think Christians would agree that Muslims should not be allowed to indoctrinate their children. I think that they would agree with that. Scientologists would agree that Christians shouldn't be allowed to do it. So I think we really need to all get together on this and agree. A little bit more agreeal here. And I think we can really get this thing fucking gone soon. Wouldn't that be neat? So vote for me if you want it done. Because fucking... why vote for any of these other fuckers? Especially if they're fucking pushing Joe Biden. Right? If your fucking machine is giving you the same bad options it gave you last time, why are you going to act the same way you did last time? Vote for a third party, dude. One of these third parties is going to overthrow the bad one. Let's do it. Let's do it soon. I could do it this year, or next year, rather. I mean, if it's some weird fucking Biden thing that they're giving me, and it's like, this is it. This is how we're going to defeat Trump. Because it's going to be like Trump and Miller. Hey, it's going to be Steve Miller. He's going to be who he's running with next time. He's gross. Trump's a gross guy. So it's going to be Trump Miller against what? Fucking Biden.
I didn't know he could even drop your vice president.
Oh, I think that you can.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he's getting rid of Pence.
Right? Because he fucking he can't be with anyone for 4 years. You know, he can't have relationships that are that long. He's just so bad at it. So yeah, I bet he would, right? And who's he gonna put in there? Some fucking Nazi, right?
Yeah.
Because he just can't even see it. He just can't. He really can't even see it. It's so sad. But hey, it's what they voted for. It's what our neighbors say they want. Let's move on. I've got some priests enough. There are priests enough to talk shit about, right?
Is your church responsible for the pedophilia problem that it created?
No, we're
No, you're not responsible, are you? Your God's not responsible for the crusades, is he? Your God's not responsible for the murders done in the name.
You say there is a dialogue, but you speak and you never listen.
I listened to you. I edited the video of our conversation. I listened to you 4 times.
Okay.
And every time I heard you, it was garbage.
Let's stay on this.
Did you listen to me?
Let us take
You
this.
told me that you read my book. Sir, I have written a book, and it will change your life, and I dare you to read it. Do you accept my challenge? You cannot be a Christian after you read my book. Do you dare read it?
If you convince
I did
me,
not think so.
If you convince me, I can read it.
Okay, let me convince you. How many minutes do I have? 5? That's all I need.
But you can convince
Please
me.
don't talk. I'm trying to convince you to read my book.
No, it's
Oh,
not a
you never
dialogue.
wanted to be convinced? All right, so go ahead and do your lecture. I'm listening.
Okay. So I ask you.
What do you ask me?
Let me ask.
Oh,
Give me
yeah.
a second. You're unbearable.
So then I say, fine, you're not listening to me. Go ahead. Give me your script. I'm listening now. And he says, let me ask you this. And I say, what are you asking? And he says, He says, let me ask you. Golly, you're unbearable. You're unbearable, he says to me. You're unbearable. Oh, good God.
Yep.
Your God is unbearable.
So the thing
Your
is-
God tells children they're murderers. So fuck you and fuck your God. Of course I'm
God
unbearable.
loves you.
So, he called me unbearable, and I responded. I said, fuck you, fuck your God, that all this shit is unbearable. Of course I'm unbearable. I agree. I'm unbearable because you're unbearable. This is an unbearable game. Why the fuck are we even playing it? Why the fuck did you dress up today?
Anyway, even if
Your God doesn't love me. Your God hates me because I am anti-Christ.
I agree with you. Jesus.
Good, then stop worshipping him. He's a liar.
Where the heck was God?
Stop worshipping liars.
God was not there, okay? When
Yeah,
the Father
the
died, he was
creator of
not
this
there.
universe was not there.
We
He was
agree on
very
that.
distant.
Okay, God was not there.
Yeah.
We agree on that. We agree
Did you
on
see
that.
him get angry at me? So what?
We agree on this.
We don't agree. Stop touching me.
We
You're
agree.
pretending we agree.
Okay. So why after what happened to my father, I'm here on this side and you are on the other side?
Because you're
Why?
crazy.
Okay.
You're a crazy person. And you let this weirdness take over your life.
Now, that's true. And it makes him feel really bad inside. And fuck his insides. Because he's a crazy person. Because the things that he teaches are not true. Crazy people believe them. People who people deny fucking the roundness of the earth. They call it flat for this book. And he denies that there's any badness in it. He denies that he's doing anything improper. He denies that his church should be responsible for the evil that it has brought to this planet. And, fuck him. Fuck his insides. He's part of the problem. And if he stops, the problem will be lessened. And he should stop today. He shouldn't show up for the third one. He should say, you know what? You know what, guys? Why don't we do something worth doing? Okay? I'm not putting on these stupid clothes. We're just going to have a meeting in this building we have about how to be good people. And then we're going to go out and try it. And it's going to be new stuff we never tried before. Because we're not going to talk shit about this mythology. We're not going to bring Jesus into it. We're going to be good people without Jesus. He can do that today. He has the resources. I'll help him. I'll help him do it. I'll come in and I'll fucking give him ideas. I'll fucking give him resources on how to do it. But he doesn't want to be a good shepherd of his flock. He wants to have been right up to this point in his life. But you're not. You never get that. In your life, you never get that. You have been wrong up to this point in your life. And you're going to have to change everything. Yeah. Especially if the costume you're wearing is centuries old. You know, maybe check that. Maybe check that out.
And you need to live your life.
Okay, I'm crazy.
Yes, you are. Because you worship mythology.
Fantastic.
Like, just like all Muslims are crazy.
Fantastic.
And just like all Jehovah's Witnesses are crazy.
Wonderful.
That's you. You worship a false god.
Fantastic. What are the
No,
fruits?
it's really bad. It's not
very
fantastic.
bad. It's very bad. It's
Why do
very
you
bad.
call it fantastic?
It's
awful.
very bad. It's very bad.
It is very bad. Thank you for confessing.
You're right. Okay. But what are the fruits of your belief?
Truth.
How is your
reality.
life? How is your life?
How is my life? I'm happy every day because I'm surrounded
Oh, I
with people
can
love.
see you're very happy. I can
Are
see
you-
you're very happy. You're very, very happy.
Are you calling me a liar? Are you saying I'm not happy?
I think that's what he's saying. I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah,
He
and
says
her
it-
laughter.
Yeah. Teresa laughs and is physically spins around, laughing at the idea I can be happy. And, ladies and gentlemen, I am happy. I have lived in a cage for quite a large amount of time. And I am a free man. And I am surrounded by people whom I love and enjoy. And if you think that you can find something better than that, I'd like to see the essay on it. Hey? I'd really like to see your thoughts. Because I think you can't. I think you can find something that equals what I have found on this chaotic nightmare planet. I think you can find something as good as what I've found. But I don't think there exists a thing better than what I enjoy every day. And so for a Catholic to tell me that I'm not happy goes to show you that the Catholics don't know what the fuck they are talking about. And if you are in this for truth, if you are in this for truth, If you want to understand reality, I can help you in ways that these liars can't. They're lying. I can do it. And I want to. I want to wake up Francesco. I want to. I want to help that guy. There's something in there that's good. It's turned evil. It's turned evil through his lens. Can we remove the lens? I don't need him to stop being quote-unquote good. I need him to stop putting it through the Catholic lens. He can be as good as he wants. He's probably really good. We can't see it. Because it travels through some shit before it gets to us. Who knows? And is Francesco one of those people who is resisting his sexual urges for his God? Is this one of the very, very dangerous sexually repressed people that we have created? Does there he sit, or surrounded by children? How close is Francesco to this very frightening line that many of my religious friends don't notice until after they've crossed it? People who I have spent time with are reported as doing things that are very surprising. I sat in meetings with them. They are closer than they confess. Is Francesco one of those people who is too close? Was Francesco moved here from somewhere else where he got in trouble? Where are the records for this?
Hidden.
Hidden? In his nation religion? I'm not allowed to see them, though he's allowed to. He's permitted to be on these streets.
Hanging out with children.
Calling children murderers.
Yes, also saying hate crime. And so they've already crossed the line of they are murderers, and sexual repression means that they're not sinning any more than they already have.
And that is how you radicalize youth.
Yep.
They are radicalizing these youth right here in front of us. They cause them to dance in the street. It's a warm day, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, I was dripping sweat.
Yeah. We will zoom in on my armpit later, and you can see just how warm this day was.
Oops.
My apologies.
You said the word, I didn't say it.
You're saying I'm not happy?
Why?
Sure, I lied. I did.
If you were happy, you wouldn't need to tell people. I don't seem happy to me, honestly. I don't seem happy.
This is my wife.
So,
Jenny, how many children do we have? What are their names?
Freaking Tuesday Atticus.
Am I happy when I'm with my family?
what is going to happen in a minute?
Thank you very much.
What will happen in a
You're an
minute?
idiot and you have no idea what you're talking about. Have I?
Alright, so the priest of a false church, and he's not a prophet, by the way, he's just a priest, and I am a prophet, guru, shaman, priest, right? High priest. A priest of a false religion says to me, I can see that you're not a happy person, and all my parishioners can see it. And so, you know, I have some trump cards that I don't often play, right? I'm not always playing at the peak of my game, because, you know, generally my opponents are very low level. I just, you know. And so, I don't know if you've seen my wife, but she's a good looking person. And so, you know, I showed her off a little bit. So, it's probably not cool. Like, that's pretty fucked up. But, you know, fuck these guys. They don't know what they're missing. And yeah, they do. They know what they're missing. They're missing fucking life, dude. They're missing reality. On purpose. And it's like, cool, but I'll take a real person. A real partnership. Eh?
Yeah.
And we will elect the captain. And when she wins, she'll win. Instead of these priests and their patriarchal bullshit. And fucking be like, well, we'll let the ladies make some decisions. Fucking let the ladies be the captains. You fucking brave men. If you can handle it. Doubt it. Right? You gotta wear the costume that says, now everyone remember, my penis is the penis's penis of all the penises. And I have a collar that proves it. Whoa, your patriarchy. I showed evidence. Showed evidence of my happiness. Fucking call me not happy, married to that. Say it to my face. And, you know, not to be crude, but, you know, she was wearing clothes at the time. We weren't even talking about what she looked like nude.
Not prove that to you yet. How old is this? I can see your How old is this? What year did the Tower of Babel fall? Huh? You make claims in this street that are not true. What year did the Tower of Babel fall? In a year, within 100 years, I'll take any estimation of yours. Preacher man, do you know this book or don't you know your book?
We speak about your life. Now you're
What is the year? Now I'm talking about your God because you preach lies in the street and I oppose that. Yes.
Can I say something?
Yes.
If you don't believe in it,
In what?
it's God.
Jesus?
Jesus.
I don't believe in Jesus.
Okay, then why do you have a problem with something that doesn't exist?
I haven't.
Why does he bother you? What does he bother
Why
you?
does it
You're
bother
literally
you?
holding
If he
my
doesn't-
answer.
if he
He's
doesn't
literally
bother
holding the answer.
Why
Why
does
does
it bother you if it's nothing?
Do you really want my answer to that?
Yeah.
It's written on this paper. Can I grab this paper? He won't let me. No, the other one. Why does it bother me? Why does it bother me?
Why does he affect
Does it
you?
bother you?
Jesus
Does it
died
bother
for your
you that
sins.
Muhammad lied?
Jesus
Does it bother
died
you that
for your
Muhammad lied to his followers?
What did he lie about?
Muhammad? What did he lie about? He said that he broke the moon in half in the Quran. Muhammad, do you know who I'm talking?
Alright, I don't think this new lady and I ever really sort of connect. I'm not sure what she's saying, but she doesn't understand what I'm saying. But I do want to point out that this Catholic priest has my sign in his hands. At some point he reached for it, took it from me,
He reached for it many times. I was watching it.
and has been holding it, and fucking tubed it up, tooted through it, later hands it off, and they put it behind their altar. My sign! That's crazy! That is crazy! They would be calling so many cops on me if I handled any of their shit that literally hadn't fallen on my head.
Yep.
These fucking hypocrites! Jesus fucking Christ! That's when I mute it.
He's the guy who started the Muslim religion.
Are they Muslims?
No, they're Catholic. But it bothers me, but I think we can agree. No, I'm choosing a third.
I'm just
I'm
saying,
choosing a third party.
if you don't
that we can
believe
agree on
in
and not stopping me
something,
from
no, I'm
getting
just saying, if you don't believe in something, why would you have a problem with it?
Because I don't believe in Muhammad, I don't believe in what the Muslims are doing, but I have a problem with what they're doing because they bring violence into the church. Do you see how I
I
would be
believe that,
motivated to do
but
that?
Jesus Christ
Cool.
doesn't.
I see the Catholics very similar to how I see the Muslims because of the Inquisition and because of the $1 billion they got for their church and because of the pedophilia that's run rampant through it and because of all of the similar things that they have done to
But
the
you know
Muslims.
what?
So I see them as practically the same.
This
So
is
that's
America, though. We can
cool.
all believe what we want it to
Right, but
believe.
your question was, why am I motivated to oppose these lies? And I believe that I've answered it. I do agree that we're Americans, and while these people are allowed to do that, and I'm not asking them to think that it is not their American right to do that, I just want them to feel like idiots because they worship a false God.
I'm confused because I thought they were talking preaching Jesus Christ.
Right, I don't believe in Jesus Christ. I think he's false. I think Jesus lied.
If you're happy, why do you bother us? We're happy too. Leave us alone.
Alright, here's a new person, new conversationalist, and she begins with, if you're happy, cool, why are you bothering us? We are happy too, leave us alone. The answer to that is the same answer that I just gave, is that you're cool. Your happiness, the thing that you're calling happiness, that you're getting through your religion, comes through a false source that causes other people to be violent. And it's going to cause you to be violent if the right conditions are met. And that's the answer.
Yeah.
And, you know, she doesn't want to hear that. Okay? So what can I say? Like, can I say that to her? Right? I attempt to. I just said it to someone right over there. I assume right now that she heard it. They don't want answers to their questions, even though I do answer them. And I want answer to my questions, even though my questions are ignored. And the preacher wants to sermonize to me because that's the only way that any of his shit makes sense. if he gets to do 19 sentences in a row unopposed? That's not how my shit makes sense. I only need like 2 sentences, and then it's your turn, and you're fucked. These guys can't do it.
Yeah, and he walked that away.
He keeps walking away from me. Keeps fucking walking away from me, letting his parishioners talk to me. Instead of being like, cool, let's do it. We've got the microphone. He has false ideals. Our God will definitely defeat any of his ideals. Let's do it right here at this podium that we have brought. Let's do it with this microphone. We will be civil to each other, demon, or you won't be invited. Cool, yeah, I'll be civil. Let me talk into the microphone.
Yeah.
See how easy it is?
Yeah.
That's not where they're going at all, is it? He's walking away from me. Because he doesn't have answers. The priest! Supposed to have answers. He's telling these people what happens to them after they die. He doesn't know. He says, my book says this. And I'm like, cool, but your book is shit, right? And they're like, oh, is it? Oh, I didn't even notice. That this book is built totally on garbage and shit. Oh shit, have I been preaching total garbage and shit to people I love for my whole life? Yes. I'm sorry. I know what it feels like. It's embarrassing. I get it. But you can't not fucking wake up from that just because it's too embarrassing. What, are you gonna stay asleep the whole time because it's too embarrassing to wake up? No, you're gonna wake up. You're gonna wake up. Right fucking now. Today. Yesterday. Yesterday, motherfucker. I told you to wake up yesterday. So, the apologies are just fucking piling on now. And these apologies are hard apologies to give, motherfucker. It is not easy to fucking balance these scales. Radicalizing children in the street? Fucking try undoing that, motherfucker.
I bother you because it's inside. Are Muslims happy?
Maybe.
Cool, but they're also blowing up people. Right, and they're blowing up people, right? But also they drove into the, like, 9/11. You remember that, right? Those were Muslims, right? And they were religiously motivated, right?
So?
What do you mean, so?
They can do whatever they want.
No. Because
I can see it and I can...
And so I don't know why that Catholic really just said to me about the 19 Muslims that caused 9/11, so they can do whatever they want. Like, what on earth does that mean? Is that really what Catholicism is telling you to say right there? Is that really helpful in any way? That's stupid. No, they can't do that. That's against the law. No, it's immoral. Don't do it. Don't murder. It's an immoral thing to do. And so for the Catholic to be like, they can do whatever they want. Dude, can they? This shit makes people say the stupidest fucking shit. And they don't even notice. They didn't even notice when they said the dumbest thing to me right there. And so what do I do? Do I point it out? Do I be like, are you happy that you said that? Are you gonna stand by that in 2 years? If I tell tomorrow you that you said this, is tomorrow you gonna be like, no, I didn't? No, you did. Your mouth said these words. So they can do whatever they want. To the fucking 9/11 perpetrators. Okay, no. Don't do that. It's a crime.
You can do the same thing.
Yeah.
I know, and we don't. And that makes us what?
You're bothering us. They're bothering people.
You act as though you're stronger than everybody. I am. I'm stronger than your God. You're not. I am.
Okay.
You want to test your God?
You want me to calm down?
You're not strong. No, I don't. Because why? Because good
Why
people
do that?
don't require worship. And I wouldn't want your
So
worship.
then go in
Because
peace.
you are so
Go in
strong,
peace.
you wouldn't need to be
Go in
here.
peace.
What does peace mean? You have no peace.
To be at peace. You have no
You don't know what it
Go
is.
find your
Does your
peace.
book end in peace? Have you read the last chapter?
Yeah, Christ rose from death. He destroyed death.
No.
He
destroyed it.
That's the beginning of the book.
Destroyed death.
Have you read? Okay, let's go. Okay, cool. So you're telling these people that they won't die? Are you telling them? I do have an idea.
No, that's why you walked away.
No. Ask your question.
Christ.
Okay, so what happened there is these people keep distracting me from their priest, and their priest finally came back because he got the courage to do his fucking job again and started talking to me, and so I came back and started talking to him. And so the person that I stopped talking to, that hasn't identified himself as fucking anything except for a member of this congregation and a father of too many fucking kids and a hater of his fucking abusive father, says, yeah, because you've got no questions. And like, no, motherfucker, you know exactly, you got no answers. You know exactly why I walked away from you. And to pretend that it's because I have no answers is cheating. And so let's explore your cheat, right? And so I turned back around on this guy and be like, really, you're going to cheat? You're going to cheat behind my back? Cool. What did you say? Here we go then. So I've got no answers, is his claim. Let's see if I have no answers.
Destroy death. Death doesn't exist. A Christian doesn't die.
Okay, I have an answer to that. Yes, they do. Christians die. He destroyed death. Death doesn't exist. Yes, it does. People have been dying since he destroyed death. Death has been a part of the story for a very long time, and he didn't really change it. Death still sort of behaves to us the way it behaved to us before. Nothing was destroyed by Jesus. Christians, no Christians that I know of, have achieved longevity that you could ever call not died. No one identifying as a Christian has ever done that I know of. And they've had 2,000 years to try it, okay? They haven't had to change their book, right? The fucking truth has been around since then, right? And none of them have achieved it, and none of them have been able to produce the Savior, though he's coming back soon, though none of them are allowed to tell you what soon means. So...
because it could still be another 1,000 years.
So there's my answer. I do have answers. This is mythology, that's why it doesn't make any sense. He didn't do these things you're claiming. It's weird that he would say, I have no answers about a thing that I can just go on and on and on about. It's kind of like he was cheating for his God, because he's allowed to.
Christ rose from death.
I've seen Christians die.
Spirit, Christ rose from death. I have the possibility to enter death today and be happy. You enter into death today and you die. And you die. You enter into death today, you die. I enter into death today and I live and I'm happy.
Cool, but all that life death stuff is metaphorical.
No, it's not.
So you're saying literal.
I experienced happiness. I experienced almost murdering my father, and I fell in love with my father. I love my father. I almost killed him.
Your love.
I almost killed him. He doesn't. He deserves everything because God loves him.
What did he do?
Because God loves him. He exists. God created him.
I don't think that this man understands what deserves means. So, here in this life, love is a gift. But if you see that you're giving love to someone who doesn't deserve your love, you're allowed to stop giving that love away. Because it's probably harming you. They're probably abusing you through your love. This man doesn't understand what love is. He doesn't understand why he should continue his relationship with his father. And so he has a false relationship with his father. If his father was abusive to him, he needs to forgive him, not because his father is a child of God, but because his father deserves to be forgiven. And if his father does not deserve to be forgiven, who is telling him to forgive his father? And for what purpose? Well, his father doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Why ought he do the work?
Yeah. Why are they saying, allow this abuser into your life?
Yeah. Are they allowing more abuse? Does he allow more abuse in his life because of this false prophecy by this man here that keeps trying not to talk to me?
Mm-hmm.
So, because don't. Make your father earn your love. Especially if you've lived a whole life of abuse. If he's earned your ire, show it.
Mm-hmm.
If he's earned your anger, be angry. He's earned it. If he's earned your love, love him. If he hasn't, you owe him nothing. Why on earth would you have to love an unlovable person? It's not one of the 10 Commandments at all.
That's enough for God to love
Your
him.
morality is all bound up.
No.
Yes, it is.
It's because you're confused.
No.
You're easily bound up.
No.
You're bound up.
Okay, cool. How old is this planet?
Who cares? God created it.
Truth seekers.
God created it, right?
Truth.
Did God create the earth? Did God create the earth? You can't hear me?
You're using poetry again.
Did God create the earth? That's not poetry, it's a question.
If by God do you mean Jesus?
God. Let's just be
So not Jesus.
Let's take Jesus out of the picture.
Let's do take Jesus out of the
Let's
picture.
just say God. Did God create the earth?
Cool. Did
Yes
God
or no?
create the earth? Yes, he did.
Then
But this argument is exactly circular, because the definition of flying spaghetti monster is the creator. And so, whatever caused the Big Bang, that's the flying spaghetti monster. So, asking, did the creator create the creation, is a very, very circular argument. And you can't hang anything on it. And I don't know whether it's okay to let them sort of make an argument that means nothing, or I'm not sure. I'm not sure where the value is when he sees that this means nothing, and he's really running his whole life on meaningless poetry. So the creator created the creation. Okay, continue. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, that's it. And it's like, well, that's nothing. So I don't know.
How old the earth, it doesn't matter.
Why not?
Because God created it, and that's all that matters.
Why does that all that matters?
Because why do I need to know how old the earth is?
So he asked this question, why do I need to know how old the earth is? And I answer it, and he doesn't connect the answer to the question, because he didn't really ask the question. Why do I need to know how old the earth is? To verify that the books that you're trusting are worthy of your trust. That's my answer. And he doesn't count that question as answered, and he doesn't think I have an answer to his question, even though that's where the conversation goes. We just go right there. Here's the answer. He pretends it didn't happen.
Today I'm alive, tomorrow I'll be dead.
I have an answer. Do you want to hear it?
Tell me.
To test whether or not you believe in mythology.
I don't believe in mythology.
You didn't hear my answer. You just sort of defended against it. You didn't hear it though.
Okay, go ahead. What is your talk about mythology?
The reason that we would check to see if the things are true is to defend whether or not we believe in mythology. We don't want to believe in mythology. Is that right?
Because it's not true.
Right. So you don't want to believe in mythology, right?
It's not true. Zeus never took away death from me.
Right.
Zeus didn't rise from death.
Correct.
Right. He doesn't exist. He's not real.
Right. And so if I were to believe in him and I were to preach him in the street through a microphone, I would be doing a disservice to this planet. Do you agree?
No, because God leaves you free to say what you want.
You're free, but it's a disservice.
That's the greatest.
It's kind of like I'm free to speak.
So there's a conflation of two ideas of what you're allowed to do and what's good to do. And he's like, well, you can if you want. I was like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying, yeah, you can if you want. Come out here and teach lies. But you're making the world shittier. And he's like, but we can. I'm like, I know, but you're making the world shittier. Mm-hmm. And then like, I don't think I am. And it's like, you just said you can. And then when I say, here's proof that you are, you always land on you can. And then for some reason you keep digging up this old dead, but I don't think I am. Yes, you think you are. Yeah, I've proved it to you over and over and over. Every time you try to slip around it, I chase you down and I end up at the same place. Get this shit off the street because it's not true. If it's not true, it's really bad. If what you're saying isn't true, you're a really, really bad person. And it's not true. So stop. It's easy. It's what I'm saying. Your shit is poison. You're radicalizing these people. You're creating violence. Stop it. Stop it. It's from that book. Stop it. It's a lie. Stop it. It's easy. Over and over and over and over. And they keep thinking that I'm saying something else, which is, now I know Jesus is the Savior, but... No, dude, I'm not the devil. I'm real. The devil's fake. Fake as fuck. His arguments don't make sense. I'm not giving you the devil's arguments. I'm giving you real arguments from real humans who know you're wrong. Listen a little. A little. Just a fucking little bit. When you ask questions and there are answers, maybe listen.
On your feet.
You are.
It's totally.
And God would still love you.
We're not
You
hurting
totally
or
don't like
bothering
where my
anybody.
questions lead. That's why you keep falling off the path.
What was your question?
You don't have an answer.
What was your question?
You don't ever listen to my questions.
I answered your question.
God loves you. God loves you. Ciao.
By God, do you mean
God the Father.
God the Father, Jesus? Okay, cool. Jesus doesn't
is the
love
Son.
me.
You're a little ignorant, but it's okay.
Jesus doesn't love me. Do you know why Jesus doesn't love me? Because I am anti-Christ.
So I don't know if you saw there, but fucking Teresa is haranguing my fucking lovely wife in the reflection. These radicalized Christians in the streets. You're not even allowed to film them without being harangued. So, like, hypocrites.
Okay.
Did you know that?
He does love you.
He loves you.
Does he love the Antichrist? Does Jesus love the Antichrist?
Absolutely.
How can we tell whether...
I have no idea how the fuck a Christian says that Jesus loves the Antichrist. They're just saying whatever they have to say in order to, I don't know, not agree with me. Right? They're just making stupid moves because it feels weird. And they're like, oh, but that's not Christian. Christ hates the Antichrist because he says the Antichrist is going to destroy his kingdom. And I'm very into that. I think that any kingdom that Jesus has in this life, or the next, is going to be really unjust. I think Jesus' definition of justice isn't what justice is. And I don't think that his kingdom should ever be realized at all.
Yeah.
And so I'm anti that.
Yep.
I think that he is guilty of the things that he pretends the devil is guilty of. So I'd like to talk to him in some sort of court of law when my voice is equal to his, and see if our thoughts go the way I think they will. If the conversation ends where I think the conversation would end. Mm-hmm. That the person who chose to create evil is responsible for the evil. And the all good creator created evil, and thus must be responsible. Must confess they chose this.
Whether or not Jesus loves the Antichrist?
Because of freedom. Because of freedom.
I'm not sure that argument follows.
You're free. Exactly why you're here.
Lucifer was
I'm sorry,
free.
you don't like to be touched.
Don't
We are not free, though.
Don't
We
touch
are free.
What do you mean by free?
Because you could spit on me and God would still love you.
I don't understand how the one follows the other.
Free, that's freedom.
Do you think that your religion makes sense?
Absolutely.
Do you think it makes you a moral person?
I think God's love makes a moral person.
Do you think your religion helps you to understand God?
Absolutely.
If you found that your religion
The
was
church
making
helps
you
you,
an
yeah.
immoral person, would you give it up?
If you were making me a moral person, yeah,
Immoral.
probably.
Yeah. If you found yourself like hitting your kid and you're like,
We
"Jeez,
are immoral. We're all immoral.
You're
I'm the first
immoral.
immoral. I hate the kids.
cool, do you want to give it
Yeah,
up?
and God loves me.
I know, and I can help you quick too. Do you want to give it up? Do you want to stop hitting your kid? I can help you do
How
it.
would you do that?
By helping you understand our true relationships to our children, so that instead of looking at them through a patriarchal lens, you look at them through the correct lens of truth and love.
So, I don't know if you saw what just happened there, but a parent just confessed to me that they hit their kid. And I gave up hitting my kids. I was a Christian when I had very young kids, and I hit my kids more often than I am willing to confess. And yet here is this woman with her child draped in her arms confessing to me that she hits her kids. And I said to her, would you like to quit? And I think any parent would confess that, yeah, is it time to quit yet? And the answer is yes, it is. We can do it. And this man quickly, and very intelligently, what an interesting jump in conversation to quickly say, how would you do that? Mm-hmm. What a great question. And the answer came to me immediately. Thank you again, Flying Spaghetti Monster, for having these tools always at arm's length so that I can grab them when I need them. Because I thought I would need these scriptures and references at arm's length, and that's the good homework. But really being able to answer this question, how would you do that? By cleaning up your understanding, by getting you out of the patriarchy, and having you look at your children like friends instead of what you own. I'd make you stop worshipping your penis, and your God with a penis. I'd make you stop worshipping male pronouns. I'd make you start thanking the miracles that the vagina creates.
I'd start looking at my kids on a straight level.
Straight across as soon as you can.
Yeah.
As
Instead
adults.
of possessions and
adult friends that you are soon to have. Mm-hmm. Instead of possessions or judgments. Mm-hmm. Or people that you have ruined and not been able to get to heaven. Extensions of yourself. You narcissistic arseholes. I'd get you out of the patriarchy. So, what a great question that he had. How would you do that? And hopefully he heard my answer, though I, of course, doubt it. Which is why I record it, and I put it up here. Because maybe that man, because I stuffed my card in his pocket, maybe he'll see it, and he'll look, and he'll see the disgusting shit his God made him say. When he's not in this charged up, feeling the feelings. Here comes the attacker, let's defend it. Maybe we weren't being attacked. How did I look? Oh, I look like a fucking moron in public. That's a way to get through to some of these people, isn't it? Is it? Maybe. I don't know.
Which you can't see through because you live in this patriarchal world. You even call your preacher father.
And where does your truth come from?
It comes from what we can gather, and it comes from
Where have you gathered this from?
through our
From what?
communication with each other. Where have you gathered your truth?
How have you gotten this communication? Because my communication comes from thousands of years from the early church fathers, from Jesus Christ and from the Jews before, from Abraham.
Cool. My
And so the quote he just said there is like, cool, here's where I get my information. It's ancient. It comes from everywhere. Or no, sorry. He says it's ancient. It comes down this line. It came through Christ, who got it from the Jews, who got it from Abraham. The last one there, he said, is just like Thor, who he said was false. And so Abraham never existed, like Thor never existed. So he only went back as far as the Jews. And the Hebrews had some shit before they were in captivity with the Babylonians. But they got a lot of their shit from their captivity with the Babylonians around the year 600 years before Jesus showed up. So his shit goes back to 600 years BC. A little bit before that. Maybe 700 we'll give him. Okay? Cool. But, you know, if you're willing to take all the scripts that have ever been written and fucking weigh them equally, cool, I got everything written on the walls in Egypt, motherfucker. I got everything written in China. Like, that shit goes way, way back.
Yeah.
All of those texts I can read and find truth in them. You have one shitty book from one shitty culture. I got everything else and your book. Your book's part of mine. And so, you know how he's like, cool, where did you get your truth? From everyone. We all are collaborating. People are writing it down, and we're reading it, and we're saying, by golly, that's true.
Yeah. And surprisingly, it's fun.
Right. It's enjoyable. And you guys love one fucking book from one weird fucking violent culture. Why? Why do you fetishize this one book? It's bizarre. But ladies and gentlemen, I've got to go. It's time to move on. I should have a song here that I sing to you. In honor of one of the Pastafarian saints, one of the greatest Pastafarian saints of all time, who has passed on. He had welcome music and he had goodbye music.
He did.
And it was quite enjoyable. It's one of the greatest times in my life.
Fuzzy blanket comfort time.
Long forgotten, or not long forgotten, but on the edge of recall, I suppose. And one of the very first great sort of golden ages of my life is those times where you could just sit and talk, hang out, fucking good old Fred Rogers. Saint Fred Rogers, a Pastafarian saint. I invite you to learn more about his life and call him a hero in your life. It will create more of him inside of you. Pick your saints, eh? I'll tell you some of mine, but you definitely don't have to agree. And I think the point is when you don't agree, speak up, because it is the dogma that turns this into shit.
The one way, the one person's opinion that we follow.
Right.
Turns it into shit.
It turns it into shit. So let's not let this be shit.
Yeah, let's celebrate all of us. All of what we have to say.
Yeah. Right? Oh, look, we've got a comment. Mater Fritz says, greetings in the name of Flying Spaghetti Monster. Greetings, Mater Fritz. I'm sad to say that we are on our way out right now. We just watched like 5 minutes of a video that we posted today, and we're going to watch 5 minutes again tomorrow. We appreciate that you've shown up and are enjoying our stream. It's quite fun to have people return to our streams because they think our streams are worth consuming. Well, what a joyful experience that is, to have people who think that yours is a place worth hanging out. So thank you and sorry and goodbye.